Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. A high-profile individual in the world of crypto and technology in general has stated publicly, just the other day, that effectively the SEC going after Ripple, like they're demanding extortion money. And so he's not mincing words on this, and I want to give you the full context of what he had to say. Certainly caught my attention. But these comments that he had, it was in response to a story that I covered within the last, I guess it probably has been 2 days at this point, that it just blew up. Certainly on social media at a minimum, and there are some articles that were covered as well. But there was this string of comments by Nick Carter, who is an individual that's been in crypto just about forever. He's very well known in the world of crypto. He is a Bitcoin maximalist. Here's his Twitter profile. You can see he's got 294,100 followers. And so when he tweets out stuff about Ripple and XRP that's silly and a bit deranged, frankly, it gets attention. And so there are all sorts of people that had some things to say about this. A couple of the people that have had things to say about this include Michael Arrington, who is the founder of TechCrunch, and also Arrington XRP Capital, and also David Schwartz, who is, of course, Ripple CTO and co-creator of the XRP Ledger. So I want to share with you a couple of responses from Michael Arrington and David Schwartz in response to what this unhinged Bitcoin maximalist had to say about Ripple and XRP specifically, and it really does seem quite unhinged. It's certainly not in line with reality. Facts don't seem to matter to this individual. He'll just say what he wants to be true as if it is fact. So apparently he believes he's entitled to his own set of facts, but he actually, in reality, is not. And so he's been getting called out, and rightfully so. Now, I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so just so you guys can get a feel for how absurd this guy's perspective is, I want to share this. And again, to be clear, I don't mind people having opinions that are different than my own, but you aren't entitled to your own set of facts, okay? You can't declare something that is fact that is provably just not the case. And so there was this short thread here. This is from December 21st of 2020, so a little over a year ago. He tweeted out the following, and I wanted to share this just so you can get a taste for who this individual is and how he'll just say things that are absolutely untrue, and it's just completely out of phase with reality. So he wrote the following. There's absolutely no comparing XRP with Bitcoin. It's not cheaper than Bitcoin. It only goes downhill, folks. It's not more energy efficient because it's not remotely in the same category. The same way you can't compare an Excel document on my laptop with Bitcoin, it's just a category error to compare the two. So pause. He's actually claiming that Bitcoin is cheaper to move on the blockchain than XRP is to move on its blockchain. Think about that. Think about that. He's also claiming that Bitcoin is more energy efficient than XRP. And then he says that, no, this comparison makes perfect sense, or this analysis makes perfect sense because you can't even compare the two. This is how unhinged some maximalists are. He's pretending that XRP isn't a cryptocurrency, and he states it. Check this out. XRP isn't a cryptocurrency. It's not meaningfully decentralized. It's literally a token on a database maintained by a single entity. So here he is lying to hundreds of thousands of people, folks. There are all sorts of validator nodes out there. Ripple does not have any special permissions over the ledger. This is provably true. And here's a Bitcoin maximalist lying to all the people that follow him. Lying. Outright lying. The rest of the thread's on your screen right now. I don't think maybe I just don't want to read through the rest of it. It's a bunch of jibber jabber. I really was just trying to make sure you got a feel for how ridiculous the things are that this guy types all up on the internets here. It's completely crazy stuff here. And so here's the one that really started to grind the gears of some in the in the XRP community. And so I already covered this thread a couple days ago, so I'm not going to have a rehash of the whole video that I already put out, but I do need to reread this one tweet, which I did share a couple days ago on the channel, because this is perhaps the most ridiculous in the thread, and it's the one that Michael Arrington and David Schwartz responded to. And check this out. This is clearly an emotional individual right here. And he wrote, "If you are in any way affiliated with Ripple, you've ever worked with them, or taken money from them, you're dead to me." It's that simple. Their entire strategy is lobbying to A, to get Bitcoin proof of work banned, and B, to get Ethereum branded a security. Ghastly people. Now, neither of those things are true, and David Schwartz had something specifically to say about those two claims at the end of that tweet. But first, let me share with you a little bit from Michael Arrington. And so his first response, it was from January 15th. He retweeted that from Nick Carter, and he wrote, "In our spare time, when not conspiring with the SEC to make Bitcoin and Ethereum illegal," and then in parentheses he wrote, "WTF?" "we also kick puppies." Because that's how absurd this is. Yes, the XRP lovers, they're a bunch of puppy kickers, right? It's completely absurd, right? And so, a perfectly reasonable response. But then, a couple days after that, January 17th, Michael Arrington had some additional thoughts, and he wrote the following. "I was chuckling at this the other day, but on reflection, I'm angry." And so he's talking about the thread here from Nick Carter. So again, he wrote, "I was chuckling at this the other day, but on reflection, I'm angry. Ripple is in a fight to the death with the SEC. Unlike EOS and other idiots, they didn't just roll over, pay the extortion money, and carry on." So let me just pause to note that's definitely true. And there are a couple things going on right there. For a lot of these entities, when the SEC comes after you, you don't necessarily have the resources to fight them. But even if you have the resources, do you also have the coconuts to follow through with that? And I think a lot of people do not have the coconuts, and they won't follow through even if they have the money. But Ripple's like, oh, hell no, son. They've got the money, and they have the fortitude to see this through. And they are. And it's incredibly impactful for the entire space. We need this. It's like Ripple is the hero that the crypto space needs. Like, frankly, I'm worded like a silly way, but it's the truth. You've got to fight back against these bullies at the SEC, and so they are. And all sorts of others capitulated. They gave up, and they paid the extortion money. That's how Michael Arrington's characterizing it, and for good reason. It certainly seems like extortion money. And then he wrote the following. "They are fighting on behalf of all of crypto. But some parts of crypto have hated Ripple and XRP for years, despite not understanding it at all. It's time for them to either shut up or take the time to understand." Yep, that could not... Truer words have never been spoken, frankly. Although in the case of Nick Carter, it makes you wonder, it's like, does he believe what he's saying? Is he that ill-informed, or is he intentionally misleading? Tell you what, maybe it's a little column A and it's a little bit of column B. Maybe it's both of those things. Either way, it's really bad. And then Michael Arrington wrote, "The Jake Chervinsky tweet yesterday made good points, and I assume he has no love of Ripple." And here you can see he retweeted something from attorney Jake Chervinsky. And it is true. Jake Chervinsky, you can tell, I've covered some of his stuff on the channel before. It's very clear to me from what he's written that he's not a fan of Ripple and not a fan of XRP, and that's fine. Like, to be clear, you know my stance, right? I don't need people to like the same stuff as me or have the same perspective as me for me to like and respect them. He's always been like a thoughtful, reasonable adult. You know, not bringing emotion into whatever. He says his stuff, and maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, maybe you think he's right, maybe you think he's wrong, whatever it is, but it's just an adult who has an opinion. And so he still, despite that, and I'm telling you, I do not believe he likes XRP or Ripple, he still wrote the following. Check this out. This is from attorney Jake Chervinsky, who's just well known in the world of crypto. "No matter your view on Ripple, two things seem clear. Number one, they're giving the SEC more trouble than anyone in crypto, maybe more than anyone, period, including Elon Musk. And number two, they're the leading dispute on securities law, if only because they'll fight to the death, unlike those who caved and settled. Golf clap for that. Seriously. That I can respect that. I don't agree with him on everything, but I'll tell you what, Jake Chervinsky, kudos where it's due. Recognizing like just how rare this is and just how much it really matters. It's highly impactful to the entire crypto asset class, specifically in the United States, but there will be ramifications resonating globally as a result of this. That's for damn sure. And then Michael Arrington wrapped up his thread by writing, so while Ripple pays, presumably, tens of millions of dollars to fight off the SEC and protect the entire industry from corruption, some of you say anyone associated with it is dead to you. Fine, sir. I am dead to you. I applaud what they are fighting for. I can live with that. Golf clap for Mr. Arrington. Exactly. In the end, it doesn't matter what this clown's saying. Like Nick Carter, it's absurd nonsense. It's amazing he has the following that he has because he's literally lying to the people that follow him, you know? And so, like, I followed him years ago and I still am, but I follow him because I run a YouTube channel and my God, I want to be aware of even the ridiculous Bitcoin maxi trolls. I want to be aware of what they said, especially when they're talking about Ripple and XRP, so that I can talk about it and correct the record. Otherwise, I wouldn't be following him. But all the other people, like, presumably they just like what he has to say and they think he's thoughtful and insightful. He's just sitting there lying. He's just sitting there lying to people. It's disgusting. You know, and so take a look at this. I'm telling you, like, crypto media is talking about this. They're covering the story. Here's a headline from you today. Bitcoin ban would be disastrous for Ripple, says top executive. And they're basically just covering a couple comments here from David Schwartz, who again, of course, is Ripple's CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger. He retweeted that nonsense tweet from Nick Carter saying that anybody that likes Ripple, you're dead to him or has worked with them. You know, it's on your screen right now, the one I just read. And David Schwartz wrote the following. This is comically absurd. Either of those two things would be disastrous for Ripple. And again, the two things cited at the end of the tweet are as follows. The first one, A, is to get Bitcoin / proof of work banned. So Nick Carter's claim is that that's what Ripple wants proof of work banned. And then the second claim is that Ripple is trying to get Ethereum branded as a security. And then he said that these are ghastly people. Right. So proof of work banned and Ethereum labeled as security. So David Schwartz said again, this is comically absurd. Either of those two things would be disastrous for Ripple. Indeed, what do you think would happen if proof of work and Bitcoin were actually banned in the United States? Like, what do you think would happen? What would that do to the entire space? Would that be good for Ripple or bad for Ripple? It'd be bad for Ripple, right? Because you listening to this have more than half a brain. You're actually intelligent. You can see that. It would not be good for Bitcoin to get outright banned or proof of work banned. Well, Ripple doesn't want it to be banned, but they're still, like, they're willing to talk about the energy concerns associated with proof of work, but that's because they're living in reality. That's it. And then you got Nick Carter pretending that no energy issue whatsoever. No, it's more energy efficient than XRP. There you go. Okay, well, these are lies, but that's what he said. And then the idea of getting Ethereum branded as security. Can you imagine if Ethereum were labeled as security? The implications for Ripple and XRP in the entire crypto space. None of this would be good for Ripple. None of it would be. And this guy actually, he lives in this little Bitcoin maxi troll echo chamber, and he just believes all this stuff apparently. Or he's lying. Some of it, it may just be both. It may be that some of what he says, it's lies and he knows it, and then some of it he's just like a clueless idiot. It's probably both of those. I don't know for sure, but it's probably both of those. It's good to be able to tear this nonsense down. I'm so thankful that I have a platform where I can talk about this stuff, because when people say outright lies and they have that type of following, I want to correct the record, you know? Because it's harmful. Like, he's misleading people. That's not right, dude. Like, I understand, like, accidentally saying something that's not true. That's one thing. Like, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. Of course, I'm a human too. This is different. This is so out of line with reality. It's either reckless or what? Like, or what? Intentionally deceptive? Either way. Ain't no damn good as far as I'm concerned. Let me know what you think below, but I'm going to wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.